When you find a situation where you need some inspiration, there's an open invitation. This could be a revelation. It's true. Well,
Last section I wanted to discuss was commenting. So at any time when you highlight a word, you're going to see this comment bubble come up. You can click on it at any time and just start typing, hey, I had a question about this. And then as you say comment, it's just going to live off to the side. At any point, you can hit resolve. It still is going to show up if you hit the comment button. You still have access to those archived or resolved comments if you click up here. The other interesting piece about this is that you can actually type someone's name and it will find them within the system, and you will then say, hey, can you check this for me? And then that will actually send them an email telling them that you've mentioned their name in a comment. They can click on the link in the email and go directly to the document. So this is really helpful when you're creating something for your collab teams, or you're creating something for students, or commenting on a student's paper and you want them to know that you want them to look at it. You also have the option to actually assign it to a person. The other thing I wanted to point out was you have this other drop-down menu in the corner where you have the ability to change from editing to suggesting. So this is helpful if you're looking at a colleague's document that they're creating and you don't want to mess with it without their permission. So if you change it from suggesting, what that does is if I go over here and I highlight something and I say I want it deleted, off to the side, it will show in green that you wanted it deleted. It will say here, delete the word food. And you could comment and say, what if we changed this to novel or something? And you hit reply. Then if this is my document and I'm coming back and I see that my colleague has suggested that we delete the word food, I can go over here to this check mark and say, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's delete that. And I'm going to change it to the word novel. I'm still in suggest mode, so I'm going to take that out. So if I go back up to editing, and you can toggle back and forth the whole time. If I come back and I write the word novel, then it's no longer in green. Okay, so at this point, we've gone over quite a few things. You know how to change the margins, you know how to change the background color, you know about fonts, you know about paragraph style, you know about adding in different images and hyperlinks. And the whole point was that I wanted you to feel comfortable leading into the next topic, which is creating interactive documents. Okay, so here's an example of a informational text hyperdoc. So this is an instance where a teacher is wanting students to take a look at a couple of different articles or videos and then respond to the text as they learn about informational text and the differences or ideas that are relevant to the content, etc. So you've got a video here. So it's a hyperlink to a video about driverless cars. Then there's an interactive component. So then the students are going to use the Padlet to share a good thing about driverless cars and tell us what they think. And here's a click here to go to the Padlet. So you see how you now have the option. This is one option or one thing to think about when it comes to interactive documents and using this as a Google Doc, obviously. So this is something that you could share with students, and then they would go through or walk through the process from beginning to end and interact with all of the hyperlinks and the images and everything else that you have going on here. So you have the skill set to make something like this now because you've learned. They've got a great background. You learned how to do that. They've got a table inserted, images, hyperlinks, and you can see that all the way throughout. So you know how to do all of this. So that's going to be the next step in our process, is for you to learn a little bit more about Hyperdocs, and then you will have time to create your own.